What is up, everybody? It's your boy Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card breakdown. This is for UFC Mexico, Royval versus Moreno 2. It's going to be a good fight. It's a pretty good rematch, short notice for Royval, but he's a beast. Took the short notice fight, but it's got some really good fights on it. It's got some really tough fighters on it. Obviously, it's in Mexico, so you know they're going to bring the heat and be some of the toughest fighters on earth. And it's a lot of the smaller weight classes, which is pretty cool. You know, we're going to get to see a lot of skill in there. I do have a couple nice bets on this card already that I really like, and they're going to hit. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC 298, and then we'll get right into a bunch of this Mexico City stuff. UFC 298, your boy went 4-1 for plus 8.5 units. Your boy Blood Money's back. The confidence is back. The smart, sharp plays are back. Might have got a little too cocky at the beginning of the year, but that's all over. You know, we're back to smart, sharp plays. So my 4 winning bets, I have Merab Dvalishvili for plus 2.4 units. And first round was tough, but man, Merab did Merab things in that second, third round, man. He is a savage. He's a demon in there. My second winning bet was Oban Elliott over 2.5 rounds for plus 3.6 units, and that was greasy, grimy. I think I'm still sweating from that, but man, we're gonna take that win. You know, the second winning bet was I had Kopylov versus Hernandez. Fight doesn't go to decision. Parlayed with Whitaker versus Costa over 1.5. I got plus 3 units in that. That was a pretty easy bet. And the second or fourth winning bet was Zhang versus Ribeiro over or under 1.5. Parlayed with Neal versus Gary over 1.5 for plus 3.1 units. And my only losing bet, man, was the baby goat. I stand on that bet. He's the greatest of all time at the lower weight division. But God dang, Ilya has some power, man. That kid's crazy. His right hand is just he deads people. So shout out to Ilya. Dude is a beast. So yeah, man. That brings so like I said, 4-1 for plus 8.5 units. That brings my 2024 record to 12-13 for minus 12 units. But we're still in this. You know, we got 9 weeks coming. I'll be in the positive within 3 weeks, and then we're just going to add on to. I'm going to get that 100 unit plus 100 unit year this year. I don't care if I started off bad. 2 bad cards ain't going to define Blood Money MMA bets. And that brings my overall record to 3-12 and 228 for plus 106.25 units. And I'm happy with that. You know, like I said, we're going to keep adding on to this. We're going to keep building, keep winning, keep doing some big things. Everybody, man, I got the Layer Cake Patreon. If you want to get my early bets, you want to get my Layer Cake Parlay, 10 best bets with confidence, extra prop bets, all kinds of extra content, and you want to just support my channel, check me out on the Layer Cake Patreon. The link is in the description. It's $10 a month. I want to give a shout out to Face Meet Fist. That's where you're going to go get these winning limited edition Blood Money MMA sweatshirts. This is a limited edition one. You know, I like to throw this on when I win like 8.5 units or whatever. But you can go there. The link's in my description. Face Meet Fist, and it's got all kinds of stuff. It's about to have the Defend Your Unit stuff, Johnny K. Pick stuff. It's got mine. It's under sponsors when you go there. This stuff's clean. There's all kinds of cool stuff there, man. I really appreciate Dr. Sarowitz for hooking us up. I also have Underdog Fantasy, right? That's where you can go do your fantasy plays and your pick'ems and stuff on there. I'm going to do a giveaway. The second giveaway is for the first 50 people that sign up. I already did one of them. This is for the next 50 people. It's your first time signing up. You use the link in my description or you use the Blood Money promo code. Send me a picture of the deposit on my Instagram or Twitter. Send me a picture of the deposit with the bonus and all that. And you will be entered in this drawing. This drawing is sick. 5 cards, right? Tom Aspinall. Autograph rookie. That card's sick, and it's a refractor. Ciro Gone, Disco autograph rookie. These are all autographs too. Mavsar Evelev, maybe the only dude that can defeat Taporia, autograph rookie. Come on, man. Shavkat autograph card. And last but not least, this is the 5th and final card. Hamzat Chimaev autograph Gem Mint 10. Gem Mint 10 by PSA. So these 5 cards will be in the next 50-person giveaway from my Underdog Fantasy. Like I said, links in the description. You can put a $10 deposit. You're going to get matched the $10, and then you're going to get entered into this $1,000 giveaway. So there will only be 50 people in the giveaway. So check that out if you want to get into it. Send me the information and all that. And last but not least, man, Defend Your Unit show is going to be moved to Wednesday nights now. A bunch of scheduling stuff with my work, and then Baby Blood starting jiu-jitsu. So We got to move it to Wednesday night at 7. And that's where you're going to come find out what the third step in the ladder challenge is. $25 to $25K. We're on the third step. We've already won 2. We're up to 118 for $25. This next step will get us up to about 230. And we're just going to keep it going. So shout out, defend your units. Check our shows out on Wednesday nights, the most interactive show in the game. Last week's contest was for the Marab autograph, Chris Curtis autograph rookie, and a couple other rookie cards. The winner of that was Yippee Kaye. That's 2 in a row. He won the t-shirt contest the week before, and now he just won these card contests. So shout out to my boy Yippee. I'm going to get them sent out to you on Monday. And I just appreciate everybody participating in these giveaways. It's really cool. So this week's giveaway is another Blood Money MMA Bets t-shirt. So put your best 3-fight parlay with the odds that it pays, and whoever has the best one with that puts it in the earliest, if there's a mat or a tie, whoever has the highest or put it in earliest will be the tiebreaker. But just put in your bets, man. 3-fight parlay with the odds that it pays. Whoever wins, whoever has the best one is going to get a Blood Money MMA t-shirt. So shout out to everybody that participates in all them different contests that I have. Now, let's get into UFC Mexico, which is going to be, like I said, a great card. The first fight on this card is going to be Claudio Puelles versus Faraz Ziam. Claudio Puelles is 12-3, currently sitting at plus 185. He's 27 years old, 5'10", with a 72-inch reach. Faraz Ziam is 14-4, currently sitting at minus 225, 26 years old, 6'1", with this 75-inch reach. And Claudio Puelles, man, he's got a weird style. It seems like he actually has decent southpaw striking with fast kicks and pretty fast punches, but he just don't believe in it. He really just wants to grapple, take you down, and try to knee bar you. And it makes sense because he's got 3 knee bar wins out of his last 5 wins. The kid is dangerous on the ground. He doesn't have the best cardio in the world, and I think that he slows down after 1.5 rounds. If he can't get you out of there, it's a very tough fight for him. Like I said, fast left head kick, fast left straight, but he really don't want to use it. And he's not going to want to use it against Faraz Ziam because he's definitely not knocking out Faraz. Standing up, Faraz is a high-level kickboxer, man. This kid's good. He's got excellent kicks, excellent boxing, power jab, sick left hook. His left hand's just money. And then his kicks, he kicks great from both legs. You've seen against Zellhuber where he just dominated him basically in that. Michael Figlock, now that's the fight that I really wanted to watch for this because Figlock is a beast. This kid's tough. He's got good striking. He's got good wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And Faraz was able to outstrike him, and he was able to out-wrestle him and jiu-jitsu him, which is good because, you know, after seeing him get choked out by Terrence McKinney in that fight, it seemed like his jiu-jitsu wasn't the greatest, but Terrence is just explosive, man, because you've seen against Jamie Malarkey, he had him in a bunch of bad positions on the ground, and he survived. So I really like Faraz Ziam's overall game. I think he's getting a lot better at 26 years old. He's going to have this 3-inch height advantage with the 3-inch reach advantage, and I think he's got the wrestling to keep this standing, man. So I'm going to take Faraz Ziam here to land the bigger shots on the feet. He may get taken down, but I think he can survive on the ground with Puelles. And then he starts taking over big in the after the first round and a half when Puelles will slow down. And I mean, he's not much of a finisher, but he could get the finish here. So I'm gonna go for us 3rd round or decision in a really good fight, man. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got let's see, Cristian Quinonez versus Hani Barcelos. Cristian Quinonez is 18-4, currently sitting at plus 145. He's 27 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. Hani Barcelos is 17-5, currently sitting at minus 175. He's 36 years old, 5'8", with a 72-inch reach. So you see, Hani's almost 37, and Quinonez is only 27 years old. Everything else is basically even. Barcelos has a 2-inch reach. And Cristian Quinonez, man, I watched the tape, and I really like this kid. His striking's really good. He has really good movement, accurate boxing, fast hands. You've seen against Khalid Taha, man, where he was able to hit him with that right hook and then just give him about 3 more pieces before he put him out. Really good jab. It's really crispy and it's long. I feel like his 70-inch reach is off because this kid seems like he's super long, man. He's good at drawing guys in, using his movement, drawing guys in, and then hitting them with a good counter punch with some decent power. He's got 10 KO wins and 3 submission wins. And his ground game seems decent. You know, we haven't seen him go to the ground much because he does have pretty good takedown defense. But he was finished by Ko Hyun Kong in that last fight where he had Kong hurt. and then he rushed in for the finish, and Kong hurt him, took him down and choked him out when he was hurt. But his BJJ didn't look the greatest to me. I know he was hurt in that fight, but his BJJ didn't look the greatest. But the kid's tough. He's got good takedown defense, and he's got pretty good cardio. Hani Barcelos, man, this dude is super well-rounded. He's a coral belt in BJJ. He was a 5-time national champion of wrestling in Brazil, and he's got excellent boxing with some pretty good power. I actually thought he won that last fight. I was in Nashville watching that, and I was sitting right next to Kyler Phillips's father-in-law, and I think we both thought he kind of lost that fight, but he got the win over Hani Barcelos. But Hani Barcelos is so well-rounded. Like I said, coral belt in jiu-jitsu, great wrestling, all that. He's getting a little older. He got dropped against Kyler Phillips and hurt in the first round. But man, this is like a good fight for him, because I don't think Quinonez is going to be able to knock him out. And Barcelos pushes a crazy pace where he's just constantly coming forward, using that boxing. And I think he can set up some wrestling here. And if he gets this fight to the ground, he can get the finish. Hani Barcelos, you've seen him finish Chris Gutierrez on the ground with ease and a couple other fighters. And I think if he can get this fight to the ground, he can get the submission. I'm picking Hani Barcelos to get the win here. And I think he gets back on track. But man, it's going to be a really tough fight, because Quinonez is a super tough Mexican fighter for sure. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We got Mohamed Naimov versus Eric Silva. You see, Naimov is number 26 featherweight in the world. Eric Silva is the number 131st featherweight in the world. There is a lot of featherweights in between them, but they still made this fight. Mohamed Naimov is 10-2, currently sitting at -280, 29 years old, 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. Eric Silva, 9-2, currently sitting at +225. Almost he's 3 weeks away from 37 years old, making his second fight in the UFC at 37 years old. 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Mohamed Naimov, this dude is mean. He's tough. He'll cheat to win. You've seen against Nathaniel Wood, holding the fence, kicking in the nuts, doing everything he can, man. But he's well-rounded. He's tough. He's got some good wins in the UFC already at 2-0, one over Malarkey, knocking him out, and then the decision win over Nathaniel Wood, which is really good. But the dude's got power in both hands. He's got excellent wrestling. He's a tough Tajikistan fighter. Got good wrestling. He's got good BJJ, showed against Wood. And he's very, very physically strong down here at 145, even at 155. But just well-rounded, powerful kicks from southpaw. He'll switch stance and throws better boxing from right-hand stance. But when he goes to southpaw, that's when he's throwing power body kicks. He's going to have the better wrestling and the better BJJ here. And he's going to have the better striking and better power in his hands. He's had some good fights too, man. He's got a win over Landon Quinonez earlier in his career. And then, like I said, the Jamie Malarkey and Nathaniel Wood are already good wins in the UFC. Eric Silva, on the other hand, had a decent win over a crummy kickboxer on the Contender Series. This dude, Anvar, who was 3-0 at the time, is now 5-3. This guy's not very good, you know? So Silva was able to take him down and ground and pound him out in a minute, because that guy's not good. But if you go look before that, he's fighting the lowest level people on earth. That guy was 12-5. Now he's 12-8. These are all regional scene fights in Mexico. They got 19-8. He just fought lower level guys, you know, and he was able to get him down and get the rear naked choke. But you seen when he took the small step up in competition to TJ Brown, he was able to do nothing. TJ Brown outstruck him, out-grappled him, out-wrestled him, out-grappled him, and then finished him in the third round when Silva slowed way down. He's got some awkward striking. He's got decent wrestling himself. And, you know, I guess if you're low level and he takes you back, he's going to rear naked choke you. But in this fight, he's not going to do any of that. Mohamed Naimov is literally going to be better everywhere. He's going to hit way harder. He's going to have the better wrestling. He's going to have the better jiu-jitsu. And even though Naimov kind of slows down in the third round sometimes, so does Silva. Silva's 2 losses are both third-round submissions. So give me Mohamed Naimov. I actually think he knocks him out on the feet. I think that his where Silva was taking some big shots against TJ Brown on the feet and he was able to get the grappling going, I think Naimov's able to use the grappling to keep the standing. I think he beats up Eric Silva. There are levels to this game, and this is a big level. That's about 125-person level difference right there. So give me Mohamed Naimov, and I think he gets this fight done, you know. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Luis Rodriguez versus Dennis Bondar. Luis Rodriguez, 16-2, currently sitting at +100. 24 years old, 5'6" with a 65-inch reach. Dennis Bondar is 19-4, currently sitting at -120. 31 years old, at 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. So you see everything's pretty much the same, except Bondar has a 4-inch reach, and Bondar's 7 years older. Luis Rodriguez, not a bad fighter. I watched him fight on the Contender Series. I actually had a big bet on him on the Contender Series back in the day against Jerome Rivera, and I thought he clearly won that fight, to be honest, against Jerome Rivera. He did a lot of grappling. His striking looked okay in that fight, but Jerome's real long and tall and was using, a ton of kicks, but he was able to out grapple him and control most of that fight. But since then, he's looked good. He's out here getting guillotines, left hooks. The kid's very well rounded. He's pretty explosive. He has pretty good grappling, just well rounded, but I don't know if he's the most dangerous kid in the world, but he's definitely tough, and he's durable, and he should be 17-1. He's fighting Dennis Bondar, who I'm not high on at all. He has decent striking. He can throw some power, but he messes around too much. He's constantly showboating and stuff when he's not even winning. His wrestling subpar, his jiu-jitsu subpar. He's had 2 bad fights where he got his arm broke against Malcolm Gordon in the UFC, and then he got knocked out by Carlos Hernandez on like a weird fight-ending sequence in that last fight. But this is going to be a pretty good fight because both these dudes are pretty well-rounded. They're not the highest level guys yet, but they should have a pretty good fight. I'm going to take Luis Rodriguez. I actually think that he can get the wrestling going. I'm going to say that the striking's pretty even and that Rodriguez will be able to get the wrestling going. And I like his cardio a little better too. But I'm definitely going to be staying away from this low-level fight. But give me Rodriguez in that fight. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Jesus Aguilar versus Mateus Mendonca. And this is going to be a good fight between 2 skilled ground guys, and they got a little striking. But just Jesus Aguilar is 9-2, currently sitting at plus 125, 27 years old, 5'4", with a 62-inch reach out here, like freaking fighting like, what's her name? Corey McKenna. Mateus Mendonca, 10-2, currently sitting at minus 150, 25 years old, 5'6", with a 71.5-inch reach. So you see Mateus is 2 inches taller, and he's going to have a 9.5-inch reach advantage, fighting out of Shuto box too. But Jesus Aguilar, man, he's pretty meat and potatoes, dude. He throws big winging hooks with both hands and standing, and then he tries to use that to close the distance where he shoots a takedown. His takedowns aren't that great. On the Contender Series, he kept throwing himself on his head, and he's actually, kind of losing that fight until he came back and got the submission over that guy. But that guy, Edson or Erison Ferreira, was no good. He's like 11-5 now or something weird like that. But and then he was able to guillotine choke him in the 3rd round. Had a tough debut against Tatsiro, where he was armbarred, but he was able to land it, or he didn't land it. He put Taira in like a 2-minute guillotine, which is his move, man. You see this. Look at all these guillotines. 1, 2, 3, 4 guillotines, and then the overhand right on Shannon Ross. So his last 5 out of 6 wins are guillotines and that KO over Shannon Ross, where he does show power. Like I said, in the hands, he'll come forward, but mediocre wrestling and pretty good jiu-jitsu. He's just so small. Mateus Mendonca, this guy has pretty good striking, man. He'd come forward, throwing power. You see, I watched the Javid Basharat fight again, and it was a pretty good fight. He came in on short notice, pretty up a weight class fighting Basharat, and he did pretty decent until he slowed down in the 3rd, but he stopped all of Basharat's wrestling until late in the 2nd when he slowed down, and he was trying his own takedowns, and he made a decent fight. Now, against Menez, he came out and just started pressure wrestling right off the bat, kept going for these knee bars, got knocked out, left his chin out there, and that happened. But he's a well-rounded Shudo box fighter. He's very aggressive. He's going to come forward, throwing good power punches, excellent leg kicks. He's got some flying knees and stuff. You've seen the knockout on the Contender Series. And then he's got good wrestling and good jiu-jitsu. This fight's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a super close fight. And it could go either way. I'm going to take Mateus Mendonca. I like his size advantage. I like his striking over Aguilar. And I think on the ground, it could be pretty even. I think Mendonca actually will have the better wrestling. Like, he's going to be on top of Aguilar. And as long as he don't get caught, I think he wins this fight. So give me Mateus Mendonca. And I'm going to say by decision. I'm going to say that Aguilar is pretty tough and durable and does not get finished. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Victor Altamirano versus Felipe dos Santos. Victor Altamirano is 12-3, currently sitting at plus 230, 33 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Felipe dos Santos, 7-1, currently sitting at minus 285, 23 years old, 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. Man, dude, this is going to be a banger. 2 really tough dudes here. Victor Altamirano, he's got good southpaw striking, and he throws a lot of volume. He's not very dangerous, but he does throw pretty good volume, got decent movement, decent spinning kicks. He'll throw a lot of them. Decent offensive wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You've seen him get out-wrestled by a real grappler in Tim Elliott last time. But if he fights like Vicinius Salvador, he can land a takedown or 2, get a little bit of control time. And on top, he had pretty decent ground and pound, but that was against Daniel Lacedo. But overall, he's just like decent everywhere. He's not very dangerous. He's got pretty good cardio, and he's super tough. Felipe Dos Santos, this kid is tough, man. His last fight, watching that fight with Manuel Cape was a pleasure. Watching it again was even better, man. These dudes threw down, and he was doing great with Cop, and he was on short notice. And when I say that he was landing big shots on Cop and had Cop wobbled a couple times, he was. And he was throwing straight combinations, and he took everything Cop had to offer and stood there and fired back in the pocket. It was crazy, man. But the kid's good. Like I said, wild shoot a box style. He's coming for the finish at all times. He's super tough, super durable, excellent cardio. His knees, he kept hitting them flying knees, man, on Cop, and was getting so close. He hit him with a couple, and then the spinning elbow too, man. The kid's dangerous. He's dangerous everywhere. He's young. He's tough. He's got great durability. He's only 23 years old, coming out of shoot box, pushes a crazy pace, keeps the cardio up. I'm all over Felipe Dos Santos here, man. He just went toe to toe with a guy that might be one of the next champions in that division and won a round. So I'm taking Felipe Dos Santos here. I don't know if he finishes Altamirano because Altamirano's tough, but I guarantee that he hurts him a couple times. He drops him. Altamirano, I don't see him having anything really to offer Dos Santos here, because even Dos Santos on the ground, if like their Altamirano can land a takedown or two, Dos Santos, you've seen against Cop, has great takedown defense. Cop couldn't land a takedown, but he also has crazy jiu-jitsu training with Charles Oliveira and a great get-up game. Dude's durable, tough, don't get tired, 23-year-old Shuto box guy. Give me him all day, man. I can't wait to see this kid fight. Next fight is in the men's 125-pound division. I'm sick of breaking this fight down. This is like the fourth time, man. Edgar Chairez versus Daniel Lecerda. Edgar Chairez is 10-5. Currently sitting at minus 380, 28 years old, 5'7" with the 72-inch reach. Lecerda is 11-5, currently sitting at plus 280, 27 years old, 5'6" with the 70-inch reach. So you see everything's pretty much about even. Chairez 1 inch taller, 2 inches of reach. Like I said, I broke this down a ton of times. These guys are going to come out. They're going to go at it. Lecerda's going to go nuts. He's going to throw some spinning stuff, maybe even land a takedown. But then Chairez is going to get up. He's going to take over, and Chairez is going to sub Lecerda. He's going to get him again, man. That it's just what it is. Lecerda, he gives up. Chairez is tough as shit. Mexican that's not going to give up. So, yeah, man, give me Edgar Chairez all day in this fight. I think he gets it done by submission. I think he gets it done in under 1.5 rounds. Next fight is in the men's 155-pound division. We got Daniel Zellhuber versus Francisco Prado, and this is going to be a striker's delight. Zellhuber's 14-1, currently sitting at minus 260, 24 years old, 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. The dude is huge at lightweight. Francisco Prado, 12-1. 21 years old, 5'11" with the 76-inch reach, and that's a damn lie because his arms are short as hell. Go watch him fight Malarkey. Malarkey keeps him at range the whole time, and you can tell, like, Prado's got short, thick arms. He does not have 76-inch reach. Ain't no way. But Zellhuber, man, he's got smooth, long kickboxing, man. Powerful. He can switch stances. He can hit you with either hand. Powerful leg kicks, powerful front kicks up the middle. He uses them long legs, that 77-inch reach to perfection, to be honest. He shows good grappling, offensive and defensive. You've seen him get the Darce choke over Giagos last fight, and he took a big shot. He got hurt bad in that fight in the first round, and came back and just put it on Giagos, man. Strong clinch knees. If he gets in the clinch, he's landing big knees, big elbows. Just well-rounded, good everywhere, and very, very big, man. And his kickboxing ain't no joke. He's got good cardio, and he's got excellent durability. I've seen him take big shots on the Contender Series against what's the dude that Feely knocked out? Lucas Almeida. He took some giant shots for the first round and a half, came back and got the win. But he's fighting another young stud in the 21-year-old Francisco Prado, man, where this kid, you seen in his last fight, he hits a step-in elbow. He kept throwing that step-in elbow against Atman Azaitar and finally hit him with it, showed crazy ground and pound. His only losses to Jamin Blarkey, came in on short notice, flew to Australia, took the L, but looked okay in that fight. But like I said, was just kept at range. But, man, he finishes all of his opponents, man. He's finished all 12 of his wins, 6 KOs, 6 submissions. He did try some grappling against Atman Azaitar, but his wrestling did not look that great at all. But he does have decent submissions on the ground. You see him kept trying to Kimuras and stuff against Jamie Malarkey. He's got bottom flu chokes, rear naked chokes, guillotines, a bunch of different stuff, triangles. So he's dangerous on the ground too. I just don't think he's going to be able to get it here. Zellhuber has excellent takedown defense. And then I think Zellhuber is going to be able to avoid the power or at least deal with it with his durability. And then he's just going to keep him at range, kind of like Malarkey did, and pick him apart and land some pretty big shots. Because like I said, Prado does not have no reach. So give me Daniel Zellhuber. I think he gets it done by decision. I think Prado's tough as hell. So I'm looking at the over in that fight. Next fight is in the men's 135-pound division. We got Raul Rosas Jr. versus Ricky Turcios. Raul Rosas Jr. is 8-1. Currently sitting at minus 260, 19 years old, 5'9" with a 67-inch reach. Ricky Turcios is 12-3, currently sitting at plus 210. 30 years old, 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. So you see Turcios is going to have a 4-inch reach, and he seems like he's a little taller and skinnier, but it says the height's the same. How Raul Rosas Jr., man, his striking looks super improved in his last fight against Terrence Mitchell. He was able to land some big shots and knock him out after dropping him bad in the standing and then finishing from mount. His last fight before that against Christian Rodriguez came out. He tried to just spam Russell, and he ended up beating gas by the end of the first round. And then Christian Rodriguez took over, got a lot of ground control time, and landed some pretty good shots standing up. Looked great against Jay Perrin. But we got to remember, this kid is only 19 years old, and he's going to be improving every time out. And he's got great grappling, good wrestling. It's more of just grab you and use power, pick you up, slam you, than shooting a clean double leg, but it's still good wrestling. And then he takes your back, and he's dominant down there. When he gets your back, man, he's got a sick rear naked choke, and he's constantly going for the finish. He's fighting Ricky Turcios, man. He has pretty good striking. He does a lot of high yas from way out when he's fighting powerful strikers like Ayman Zahabi. But he's a tough kid, man. He's got good wrestling. He can be taken down, but he's got excellent jiu-jitsu. The kid never stops moving. He never stops sweeping, getting up. When he gets up, he tries to take off on people and land a ton of punches. And he's got excellent cardio, excellent durability, and he's well-rounded. And like I said, when you take him to the ground, he doesn't stop moving. You know, you're not really just going to hold him down, take his back for 5 minutes. It's just not going to happen. The thing that shows me that is he did that with Kevin Natividad, who's a pretty good wrestler. But when he fought Brady Heastan and Dan Argueta on The Ultimate Fighter, which are two wrestler grapplers that are just like Raul Rosas Jr., but a little more refined, in my opinion. You know, got a little more seasoned and a little more experience. And he was able to beat both of them guys, because when they take him down, he just keeps moving, gets back up. They take him down, then they slow down. And when they stand up, you know, he lands big shots on him. And he's a big dude with pretty good wrestling too. I'm actually taking Ricky Turcios here, man. I think it's going to be a close fight. I didn't really like his last two performances, but I think that Raul Rosas comes out, tries to take him down. You know, they strike for a little bit. I think Turcios is going to have the better striking. I think he takes him down. Turcios works out of it, keeps working, gets up, keeps working, reverses, sweeps. They're doing all this. And I think Raul Rosas starts getting tired. In the second round, he comes out, shoots the takedown. Turcios gets taken down, keeps moving, gets up. Now Raul or Rosas can't shoot the takedown. Now Turcios is landing his own takedowns. When they're standing up, he's landing long punches, and Raul Rosas is getting tired. So I'm taking Ricky Turcios at underdog, and I might get around to actually betting him. I'm not 100% yet. This next fight is going to be a banger in the men's 155-pound division. Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan. Torres is 14-2, currently sitting at minus 115, 28 years old, 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. Duncan is 11-1, currently sitting at minus 105, 30 years old, 5'10" with a 71.5-inch reach. So you see Torres has an 1.5 inch reach advantage, but everything else is pretty much the same. Manuel Torres is a beast. This kid hits so hard, man. He's got super fast boxing. You seen that elbow, the lead elbow he came in with and knocked out Mota in the last fight was crazy. Right hook, he put Camacho down in the first round. And Camacho's not an easy guy to finish. But, man, this dude hits so hard. He's so fast. He's so tough, and he brings it to you from the opening second. And he'll take your punch to knock you out with his. And his uppercut is phenomenal. Both hooks, KO. Uppercut, both hooks, KO, fast combos. And he's got good takedown defense. Mota tried to take him down. Frank Camacho tried to take him down a couple times. Even Colton England. And he was able to stop all that and put the beating on him, man. He's fighting Chris Duncan, he's a good, well-rounded fighter. He's got good striking himself. He's got powerful leg kicks, pretty good boxing, good left hook, decent wrestling, and pretty good jiu-jitsu on top. And he's got pretty good cardio, and he's tough. But, man, we seen in his contender series fights, we seen Vyacheslav, who he was able to take down in the first round, but wasn't able to get more than like 15 seconds control time. And then he took some big shots in that first round. And then the second round, he came out and just got flatlined by Borishev. Comes back and fights on the contender series against Charlie Campbell and proceeds to get lit up, man. He got rocked like 3-4 times, got knocked down. And Charlie Campbell, he was being kind of patient, looking for the finish, but just took that one big shot, was put to sleep. And then he came in, had that split decision against Omar Morales, which is a terrible look. And then he beat Yanao, which I won some money on that fight, but Yanao broke his wrist in like the first, minute and a half of the fight, and he still made it a close fight. In this fight, I'm going Manuel Torres, man. His hands are fast. He's got the same hands as Charlie Campbell, except I think he hits harder, and I think he's more durable, and he hits harder than Vyacheslav. Vyacheslav beats you up with volume usually. I think Torres, he's got the hand speed. Duncan's got good striking, but he's slow, man, and he's so hittable. Emmanuel Torres' hand speed is going to be so much faster. And when he hits him with the shots that Charlie Campbell hit him with, he's going to put Chris Duncan out. So give me Manuel Torres in Mexico to get the win by knockout. And I think it happens in under 1.5 rounds. I think he gets him out of there in that first or second round. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Yazmin Jauregui versus Sam Hughes. Jauregui's 10-1, currently sitting at -470, 24 years old, 5'3" with the 64-inch reach. Sam Hughes is 8-5, currently sitting at +350, 31 years old, 5'5" with the 64-inch reach. This is going to be a good fight, man, but I'm taking Yazmin Jauregui. I think that she is better every single place than Sam Hughes. I think she hits way too hard. I think she's got the grappling to keep this fight standing and on the feet. I think she is going to be fast, and I think she's going to light Sam Hughes up. And I like Sam Hughes as a fighter and a person. But, yeah, man, I think Jauregui beats her up. I think she actually finishes her, even though Hughes is tough. And I'm on Jauregui. I know she got knocked out by Gomes, but we see Gomes throws heat. But I think Jauregui is going to be a champion at 115 in the future. And I think that she's young, and she could even go up to 125, in 5 years. Like, I'm that high on Jauregui. So give me Jauregui, and I'm gonna take her by finish. Next fight is the co-main event. We got the rematch between Yair and Brian Ortega. Yair Rodriguez is 18-4, currently sitting at -170. My topology's slowing up. Brian Ortega is 15-3, currently sitting at -145 or +145. Yair's 31 years old, 5'11" with the 71-inch reach. Brian Ortega is 15-3, 33 years old, 5'8" with the 69-inch reach. So you see Yair's 3 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. And these guys fought before. In the first fight, it was a pretty good fight. Yair was landing the better strikes standing up. Ortega kept trying to take him down, couldn't get him down. And when he finally got him down, Yair put him in an armbar off his back, and Ortega's shoulder went out. So we didn't get to see much of the fight. It ended so quick in the first round. But Yair Rodriguez has some of the most explosive kickboxing we've ever seen, man. He throws crazy stuff from awkward angles, spinning stuff, elbows. His punches are straight, fast. His leg and body kicks are killer. Like, they are killer. They're some of the hardest you're going to see, man. He's just a super tough, explosive dude. Wrestling's not that great, but jiu-jitsu is actually legit. You've seen him tap out Josh Emmett, and you've seen him put Brian Ortega in that armbar. So he's very good, but man, he slows down a little bit after 2 rounds. He's tough. He'll fight through it unless he's fighting Volk. And he has the same cut on his cheek from scarring that opens up every single fight, and it never looks good for the judges. But man, he had a super close fight with Max, that he pushed Max to the limit. Most people I don't think would have been able to take the shots that he gave Max with the leg kicks and stuff, but Max is just super tough. But yeah, we've seen him get beat by grapplers, and Max used grappling in their fight to score a lot of control time in that third and fourth round. And then Volkanovski obviously used it to beat him up. But Ortega, man, some of the best jiu-jitsu in the game. He's got pretty good boxing too, with some decent power, and decent wrestling and good jiu-jitsu. Like I said, good forward pressure. He's got a really good jab. He's super opportunistic with the submissions. You've seen it against Volk where he almost got it. You've seen it in other fights like Cub Swanson with the guillotine choke, Moicano with the guillotine choke. The dude's just dangerous, and he's dangerous all throughout the fight, man. Even in the 4th, 5th round after taking a beating. In this fight, the first time I took Yair, but this time I'm actually going to take Brian Ortega. I think in a 5-round fight that Ortega eventually can get the finish. I'm not going to be betting this fight. I'm going to be looking at the under, but something's telling me that in this 5-round fight, at some point, Ortega's either going to be get on the ground and do some damage, or at some point, man, he's going to catch Yair or do something to get the finish. Like I said, not confident on it. He's coming back off injury. He hasn't been looking too great for a while, but you've seen, like, in his fight versus Volk, he did a lot better than Yair. So give me Brian Ortega. I'm going to say that he gets it done by finish at some point in the fight, but not super confident. Next fight's the main event. It's a rematch between Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval. Brandon Moreno is 21-7-2, currently sitting at -250, 30 years old, 5'7" with the 70-inch reach. Royval is 15-7, currently sitting at +205, 31 years old, 5'9" with the 70.5-inch reach. So you see Royval is 2 inches taller. And this is a rematch. The first fight, Brandon Moreno was able to take Brandon Royval down. He struck with them. You know, Brandon Royval landed some good shots. Moreno landed some good shots, but then Moreno took him down, was able to dominate him on the ground until Royval's shoulder came out. But Brandon Moreno, man, he's well-rounded. He's the most durable person on earth. Never been finished in a professional fight. One time by Pantoja in the Ultimate Fighter, but that did not count. And that's Alexander Pantoja. But Moreno, great striking, man. Really good boxing, powerful leg kicks. He's got good power in both hands. Good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, excellent cardio. Like I said, excellent durability. He's just improved his wrestling even so much since the first fight, like with Royval, because he's fought Figgy since then a couple times and all that, and he looked good in the Figgy fights with the grappling. Him and Pantoja were going back and forth, but like I said, that's Pantoja. He's just got Moreno's number. But super tough fighter, and it's crazy he's only 30 years old. Brandon Royval is just very explosive Muay Thai, man. He throws crazy kicks, crazy knees. You've seen against Mateus Nicolau. He's got good boxing with some power, very unorthodox. And on the ground, man, he's got pretty good jiu-jitsu off his back. He's got really good scrambles when he's fighting anybody other than Moreno and Pantoja, because these guys just have better jiu-jitsu than him. They're stronger than him. That's the thing about Royval, is he doesn't seem very physically strong, and he's big for the division. He just doesn't seem very physically strong, and his takedown D is not that great. He can be finished, and his cardio looked good in his last fight, but he's coming in on short notice on that. That fight that he just fought Pantoja was 2 months ago. You know what I mean? And now he's coming back. He took that. You take a title fight, you get beat up for 5 rounds, you're not getting right back in the gym in a week. And then so he's probably got a month and a half camp for this, but the thing is he needs a finish to win most of his fights. He finishes guys. He's very explosive and all that. But Moreno is as durable as they come and can't be finished. So it's just like Pantoja, where, I mean, they can be finished, but like they're not getting finished in the UFC, and Pantoja has never been finished. So these are the guys that beat Royval, because even though he's explosive, he's probably going to land some big shots. Moreno's going to take him, and he's going to take over in this fight. And he could even knock out Royval on the feet. He landed some good shots in the first fight where he can take him down and eventually get the sub. But I like Moreno here. I like his toughness. I like his durability. I like his cardio, and I like the fact that when they go on the ground, he's going to be the one on top. So give me Brandon, the babyface assassin, or the baby assassin Moreno, to get the win here. And it should be a really good card, man. I'm really looking forward to this card. I'm on a 2-week winning streak. I'm gonna take it to 3. Already got 3 solid bets in on this card posted on the Patreon. So if you want to check that out, like I said, $10 a month, check it out. Go to Face Meet Fist, grab you some blood money MMA bets gear if you want, man. It's lucky gear. You already know that. So I appreciate everybody that checks out these breakdowns. Please, man, leave a like, leave a comment, help the algorithm out. Compete in the giveaway, and check out that giveaway for the freaking Hamzat Chimaev 10 autograph. You got the Shavkat Rakhmonov autograph, Tom Aspinall, all that. That's the underdog giveaway. I'm going to post it on Twitter and Instagram coming up. But I appreciate all you guys checking this out. Good luck on UFC Mexico. Look out for Defend Your Units Wednesday night for the 3rd step in the ladder challenge. I'll see you